Hi everyone, I'm back again today with my lovely friend and client Sue. We've been working together since 2016, I think, or 2015. Yep, and Sue is a really awesome lady. She's super strong, and she's had a couple things happen in her life that we modify for her, and we help her get the best out of her workouts. So Sue, you want to tell them a little bit about your journey?
Hi,
Awesome.
I'm Sue, and I'm a breast cancer survivor. I've had a double mastectomy. I went through chemotherapy. I had some issues with, strength and things after my mastectomy. I also developed severe neuropathy after the chemo treatments, and so I have a lot of numbness in my hands and feet. So I really have a hard time feeling things in my feet. I have a bad knee. And so Erica's been helping me work through some of these issues. And I also had my ankle dropped after chemo, and I had to have foot reconstruction. And so they reconstructed my foot and heel. And so anyway, so we're working through all of these various issues that I have.
Yes, and Sue is actually super strong, which you guys will see, and her core is like amazing. Like she can do a teaser like nobody's business. So we are going to show you today just little things that I add in to help her work through those things. And the other thing is she has scoliosis too. So she's got an S curve. So that doesn't really change what we do very much because she's pretty body aware. I just make sure she's positioned properly, and then I'm always cueing her to keep a lot of length through her spine while we're working so she doesn't end up shifted. Mostly I just got to make sure she's straight when we are in starting positions. But other than that, she's awesome.
Erica's just been great. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for her. She helps me with my balance and all my other issues. So it's been great working with her.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. So we're going to get started, and I'll kind of tell you guys what you need along the way, but we are going to be using a couple props. Like I'm going to be using a half foam roller, some balls, some bands, but we'll kind of go through that as we start. And we're going to get started with footwork. So Sue and I always start with footwork, right? Sue, you
Yes.
love footwork. Yeah. She loves footwork because it feels really good on her back, and it also really helps her get the connection of her feet into the rest of her body. So that's why I love starting with it, because we got to build that connection, especially since she has some loss of sensation there. Let me get you the head pillow that we use, because that would be nice. So I usually give her one pillow here, just to give her a little height for her head. And then she's going to have her feet on. Now, I'm using the jump board. Sue likes both. We do the jump board, and we also do the foot bar. But I'm choosing the jump board today to show you some of the different variations that we do. And one of them is that I take a naboso mat, the smaller one, and I put it over the jump board so that she can work on building that proprioception in her feet while she's here. So we're going to start with this. You're just going to have your feet on hip distance parallel, and you can just press out for me. Yeah. Press and then come back in. Very good. How does that feel spring-wise? Good. Okay, so I have her on two reds, right? Because we've got to be mindful of her knees. So you're just going to keep pressing in and out right now. Just parallel. You don't have to do anything fancy with your feet. I just want you to kind of get warmed up. And then she's got her feet pressed on here. So I always go back, as we talked about, and I kind of make sure that she's straight here. So press out for me. Hold. Scoot your hips a little bit to the right. There you go. Now she's perfectly straight. And then bend. So I want you to feel your fingertips reach away from your ears and feel length through the back of your neck so the crown of your head reaches back behind you. So there's the elongation I was talking about, right? Now let's do two more of those, and then back in, and one. Now come halfway in for me. She's going to do little pulses. Footwork is also really great for Sue because we can work on strengthening her quads and all the muscles in the knees and hips without the added pressure of gravity, right, in an upright position, which we will do later too, but this is nice. Three more. 3 and 2 and 1. Now you can press all the way out. You're going to come back in. Yep, and then just come into heels together, toes apart for me. Yep, exactly. And then I'm going to kind of get you centered because I know you can't see your feet. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now think about pressing evenly through the feet and then come in and out. So again, like I said, this is really nice for her. She's got her whole foot on here, on this nice textured surface, which is helping, right? You can feel a little bit more probably than when there's nothing. Yeah. because it's hard for her to feel anything. So the textured surface gives her some sense of where her feet are in space, which is really awesome. Bend, press. Good. You have 4 more. 4, 3. Using all the muscles in the legs and the hips. That was 2. 1. Now come halfway in for me. I want you to do little pulses. You're going to go up an inch, down an inch. Find the connection to your seat, and then keep length through both sides of your waist. Very good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you can press all the way out. Yep, and then come back in. Okay, last thing we're going to do with this whole setup is wide second. So you can come out. Yep, exactly. So this one feels good for your hips, right? It feels nice to open up. You're going to press out for me, okay? Press evenly through both legs. Yep, and I'm making sure that her knees are tracking with her big toes and her second toes, and she's again getting to press her feet into this nice surface. Great job. Bend and press. Feel your hips open as the carriage returns. Yeah, and feel all the muscles around the legs working. Your inner thighs, outer thighs, and glutes. 3 more times. 3, and 2, and 1. Now come halfway in for me. You're going to do little pulses. Up an inch, down an inch. Exactly. Tailbone's nice and heavy. You got it. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you can press all the way out and come back in. Yes. Now, last thing I want you to do is that kind of like, remember that hip mobility one we do where you kind of like let your femurs roll in or out? I'm going to remind you. So you're going to press out like this, okay? And then now let your knees kind of pull in towards one another as you return. Yep, you go out and then you kind of rotate in. Exactly, out and in. Now she's not going to rotate too much internally, right? Because that's the way her knees like to go anyway. So she's just massaging the femur in the hip socket here. Now see if you can reverse through. So now you'll go knees in to start. Yep, press out and then roll open. Yep, knees in, knees out. So this just helps loosen up her hips, right? Massages that femur in the hip joint. Just do 2 more. 2 and 1. Yes, and you can come all the way in. Good job. Now we're going to take this off. You can stay here. So we're taking this off, so no more naboso mat. And now we're going to use so these are the Yamuna foot wakers. So I like to use different surfaces to kind of wake up her feet, right? So I'm going to use these, and it's nice because I can take them and just place them right on the jump board. Yeah, and then I'm going to help you. So typically I help her, A, get her feet on here, and B, I'll help kind of hold them here because they'll slide off. This is where we need some Velcro. That'd be nice. So right now I'm having her work on, wrapping her foot around the surface of this spiky thing, right? So now I want you to press out. Parallel, and then come in. Now I've got her a little bit wider than parallel because this helps her keep her knees in alignment, right? Out. She's kind of in a halfway. You're almost halfway between parallel and a slight turn out, but I'm okay with that because your alignment looks good. Out, and then come back in. Good. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I like this right here. And then in. So she has to work hard, right, to try to hold your foot around the thing. It works all of the intrinsic muscles and extrinsic muscles in the foot. Now, come halfway in again. Yeah, do your little pulses. Up an inch, down an inch. Does it feel harder or easier with these things?
Well, it's a little harder because your foot is wrapped around and it's a little bit harder.
A little bit harder, yeah. Do you feel your thigh muscles a little more maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because she's got her feet elevated on this crazy surface, right? And then you can just do 2 more, 2 and 1. And then you can press all the way out. Yes, and then come back in. Now I want you to bring your midfoot on there for me. Yes, so the thing is pressing up. So this is going to give her, again, it's sort of like the foot bar, but there's more surface area for her. That's why I like this better sometimes. So for this one, do this. Come in just a teeny bit more narrow. Just a little. I got you. Like right here. That's good. Yes, and then now press for me. So now I'm trying to get her to feel her arch being pushed up, right, by the surface. Because the arch it's fallen a little bit, so this helps her feel the lift there in the middle of the foot. Press, push, obviously she has to use all of her leg muscles. bend. Yep, you have 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now come halfway in. You're going to do little pulses for me. Up an inch, down an inch. And I'm always kind of just helping her here. Keep her foot wrapped over the thing. You've got 3, 2, and 1. And then press all the way out for me. Come back in. Now you're going to bring your heels on here, okay? Now, this is one of the hardest positions, right? Because now you've got to pull. I want you to be in dorsiflexion the whole time, which means, yes, you're going to be pulling up the front of your foot the whole time. Let me fix this one for you. Let me get right there. Now, that doesn't hurt your heel, does it? No. Okay, good. So now, again, a little bit more surface area for her. She could do the same thing with the foot bar, and we do that sometimes. We mix it up. But today we're using these so you guys could see this. So she's holding and pulling up the whole front of the foot right now, which is hard because she said she's got a little bit of foot drop. So we got to work and strengthen the tibialis anterior and all of her dorsiflexors in the feet. 3 more. 3.
And I really feel the quads.
2. Extra on this one? Yeah. Yeah, because the whole front line is activated if you guys know anatomy trains. Now you're going to come halfway in. Yep, and then we're going up an inch, down an inch. Exactly. Tailbone's heavy, spine is long. Yeah, exactly. You've got 3, 2, and 1. And then you can press all the way out and come back in. Great job, dear. Okay, I'm going to take these out. Yeah, did amazing. So that's how we mix it up a little bit with footwork. We give her different surfaces to wake up the feet. So now we're going to go into a little mid-back series. As I told you guys, Sue has a really strong core. So we just kind of work on keeping it that way. And I'm going to drop her down to, let's do a red spring and a blue spring just on this stop machine because the springs are a little bit heavier. And then I'll hand you your straps. You're going to put this under your knees, okay? So you're going to just go, yep, just like that, and kind of like fold down. Amazing. And then I'll hand you these. And then you're going to go palms facing the jump board. Now, also, another reason why I wouldn't have her on 2 full red springs is because, as she said, right, she's had reconstructive surgery. So reaching the arms back and then pulling down with a lot of weight, not good for this area, right? So I want you to press into the straps just a little bit to start. Yeah, that's good. And then now you're going to press your arms straight down by your hips. Exactly. Good. And then float back up. Try to wrap your fingers for me. Work on your grip strength. Exhale down. Inhale up. And let your knees come just a little closer into your chest. This way. Yep. There you go. That's good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Try to keep your arms straight, Sue, or slightly straight, and then reach all the way down. Reach up to there. That's perfect. And then exhale, press. So mid-back series is great for her to work on, right, strength through the mid-back for posture, and also mobility for this area. 2 more times. 2 and 1. Now see if you can hold your arms down, Sue. See if you can curl up. Yeah, good. If you feel scrunched, here, so you can scoot down a little bit. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little scrunchy in there. I forgot to have you do that before you started, so you didn't get all scrunched. Now you can press down, hold. Yep, see if you can keep your arms down, and then just lower the legs a couple inches, and then pull back up. Yep, exactly. Curl up 1 more inch for me from right here. Yes, exactly. Reach through your knuckles. She's only doing a small range of motion because I don't want her arching her back. Down and up. Just do 3 and 2 and 1. And then you can let the knees come in, let your body come down, let your arms go up. Now you're going to go out to 40 or out to the side. Yep. So this is another good one, right? I don't have a pedipole, so I know that pedipole is good for breast cancer recovery. But here she can still work those same muscles, all those under armpit muscles. So you can bring your knees in. Yep. And then you're going to pull your arms straight down by your hips. Yes. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Lift your head up for me for a second. I want to do this. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Now think chin up a little, and then you're going to pull down, and she's maintaining length through both sides of her waist as she brings her arms down by her hips. Yep. How's the weight? Good, by the way? Good. Yeah. Down, and then slowly up. 2 more times. 2. Yep. And 1. Now hold the arms there, dear. See if you can bring your elbows right into your waist. Yep, let your knees come in just a little bit more. Now I have the ball here to support her hips, right? And give her more sensation in her lower abs, right? Because you don't feel your hip flexors when you have the ball. Right. Yeah. So you're going to push, I forgot to mention that. You're going to push your arms straight down by your hips. Yes. Now, optional, Sue, if you want to curl up while you push your arms straight down. Curl, yep, and then lower. Exhale up, inhale down. Think of that upper ab connection. You draw your navel in and up as you lift. You're just doing 2 more. 2, nice and slow. And 1. Yep, and you can come all the way down. Last thing you're going to do, we're going to try, I'm going to actually make it a little bit lighter. Let's go down to, so I'm dropping her down to, I'm actually going to keep you on just a red, only because we haven't done this one in a long time. We're going to do some arm circles to help with her shoulder and this whole area's mobility. So I've dropped her down to 1 red spring. Your knees come into your chest again. Yep, you're going to press your arms down by your hips. Open your arms out to the side, come up and together. Yes. Weight good? Okay. Yeah, you definitely don't want it too heavy here, especially having this, all this, any scar tissue here. You want to be able to have her do the full range of motion without pain. And I've got her doing closed hand grip because she's got to work on grip strength, right? Up, down, and around. Now you can reverse, dear. Go out to the side, up, down, and around. Lengthen the back of your neck for me. Yes. There you go. Up, out, and down. 2 more times. 2, up, out, and down, and up, and 1. Yeah, and then you can let your feet come down to the board, and then I got these. So as a side note, sometimes we do feet in straps. We're not going to do it today because we have lots of other fun things that we want to show you. But when we do feet in straps, I will take the half foam roller, which you guys may have seen me do in another video, and we'll put it underneath her lower back, and that way you can get your legs straight when you have your feet in the straps, right? So if you have someone with tight hips, tight hamstrings, put the half foam roller under their lower back when they do feet in straps. Okay, dear. You can roll onto your side, and you're going to come up from there. And then we're going to have you come up. We're going to do a little bit of back rowing before we turn this into a tower. So I have Sue sit on the box, right, so that she can focus on posture. So that's the main reason I have her sit here. And I actually give her sometimes a little extra. And if you have one of these blue ocean pads, this is nice. You can put this on the box, and I usually put it kind of in the middle so that she gets extra height for her back, so she can sit up even taller while she's doing her back exercises. So you can come sit for me. You're going to face the mirror, and you're going to be, booty on the blue, and then feet through the shoulder blocks. Yeah. I just want to make sure we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. And then I'm going to hand you your straps. So let's do this. I'm going to give you the shorter ones. So I'm just switching to the loops that have 2 choices, so she can kind of figure out the right tension for her. And even so, sometimes because I have the straps a little long, you probably, Sue, for this first one, can go in and then hold like this. Okay. You can go in that short one for me. Yep. And then kind of hold on to that metal / other part. Wait, go in that little baby one. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. Okay. So she's going to sit up tall, which this is amazing, right? She's lifted up and out of her lower back, and she's going to pull her arms straight up and back behind her and then slowly come forward. How's the weight? Good. Okay, I'm missing one other prop. You keep going. Keep growing taller as you do this, right? Your posture looks perfect. Really, really nice. And then slowly forward. Exhale back, inhale forward. Now, squeeze that for me. That's going to help her activate her inner thighs and keep that lift out of her lower back. Looks awesome. Now, resist when your arms come forward a little more, Sue. Yes. Okay, 2 more times. 2. Now, on 1, see if you can press back and hold. Keep the chest lifted and open. Reach down through the knuckles, up through the crown of the head. Just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you can let your arms float forward. Okay, and you're going to take these and we're going to cross them. And then you got to kind of do this. You can take your hands out. Yep. And then, I got you. It gets stuck on things. I know. And then we're going to go like this. And then you don't have to put your hand in there. Sometimes that gets a lot. Just hold it there. Yeah. All right, so for this one, I'm actually going to go a little bit lighter just because I want you to have bigger range of motion. So I've dropped her down to a quarter spring, or half spring, sorry, blue. And you're going to pull your arms back here. Now open. Yes. Bend. And then lower in front. Exactly. So we pull back. We open wide. Yes. Come in. Reach forward. Yes. Pull. So here she's working her rhomboids, all those muscles here, right? She's strengthening her back, which is so important for posture and for balance, right? We can't have her like hunching over. We want to give her all the tools she needs to keep her spine as upright as possible. And then come down and forward. Yep, 2 more. 2, reach, press. Plus she gets her triceps, right? Yeah, you probably feel those. And then 1 more time. Pull, yep, reach, in, and center. Yes, nice job. Now you can keep this strap in this hand. We're going to let go of this one. And then you can put your right hand on your forehead, and you're just going to row and twist too. So rotating and then coming through center. Yeah, as you do that, I want you to squeeze the block to keep your hips nice and square and keep lifting up and out of your lower back. Yes. So it's so important for all people, but especially those with scoliosis, to not rotate with compression, right? So I have her rotating. She's staying elongated through her spine. And there are multiple schools of thought about scoliosis, right? Some people, do 1 more on this side, say that people with scoliosis shouldn't do rotation because their spines are already rotated. But in my experience, and what I've learned from some other teachers, is that's not functional, right? Because you have to turn when you drive. You have to turn your head. You probably turn and pick stuff up. So we want to keep her functionally strong. So I don't eliminate any movements for her unless they cause pain. And she can actually pretty much do every movement. So you're going to hold up here again. Now your left hand goes on your forehead. Yep, and you're just going to row and twist for me. Yep, and then grow taller. So think of reaching the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Yes, and then coming forward. And when she's also doing really nicely here, she's not leaning back, right? She's keeping her shoulders right over her hips. So she really gets that full body spiral. And when you twist through, do you notice it's easier to twist to one side more than the other? Okay.
Easier to go to on my left side than my right side, just because I had lymph nodes and things taken out here, so the right side is weaker.
The right side's weaker. Okay. So if you guys couldn't hear that, because I know the microphone kind of changes the sound, she had more lymph nodes taken out on the right side. So her range of motion is a little bit less over there, which makes sense, right? Now just do 1 more for me, dear. Inhale, exhale, rotate, and turn. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to go back into your biceps. So I'm going to hand you these, and you're going to hold the short ones for me, and then I'm going to give you 1 more spring on here. So instead of taking off the blue spring, I'm just going to add a quarter, so she's basically at 1 spring, so or 3/4 of a spring. So now you're going to flip your palms up, and then I want you to hug the block with your thighs. You're going to roll back into your C curve. Yes. So this is good, and I want you to just scoop in and up a little more with your core. That's good, right there. Now pull your palms towards your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale, let your arms go down. Yep. And then pull up. I'm just going to move this up a little bit for you. There you go. Now squeeze. Yeah, perfect. And then slowly lower. The other thing is Sue has really strong inner thighs. She's got a core and inner thighs of steel. Inhale down. I gave her the fitness circle once, and she was like, made an oval in 2 seconds. So we actually focused more on outer hip strength for her because inner thighs are good. And then coming down. Yep. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, come down. You have 2 more. 2. And she's maintaining that nice even flexion. She's not hanging into her back. You notice this is a nice like elongated shape. Yep. And then now I want you to pull in and hold here for me. Yep. And then you're just going to come up a couple inches, back down a couple inches. Yep. Up a couple inches and then back down a couple inches. So she's got that nice squeeze on the block. She's rolling through the spine. Yeah, coming up and down. Shoulders kind of just floating down the back. 3 and lift. Very good. 2 and lift, and then 1 more time. Back and lift. And then you can let your body come all the way up, and then you let your arms float down. Great job. Okay, I got these, and now we are going to turn this into a tower. We're going to go into some of our tower work that we do now. And I've got, you guys can't see it in the frame, but I've got the long box on the floor here because it's a really high step up to get up here, and then that helps Sue be able to get up here, right? So you can step onto the box for me and then use that upright. I've also got the naboso mat underneath or on the tower bed here. So when she does her squats, she also gets to work on that proprioception, right? So I'm going to help her put on a loop band. Now this is high tension because we're using it to help support her knees in the squat. Here, I want to come over here. So yeah, you can hold on there and then step that foot in, step this foot in, and then I'm going to bring it up above her knees, right? So Sue has it to everybody, no matter who they are, has a tendency either to roll the knees in or roll the knees out. Sue's knees kind of are, her femurs are just sort of internally rotated, so they roll in. Mine do it too. So I give her the band, and then we have her hold the uprights so she can work on her squats and be supported, right? And build that strength in the legs. So walk your feet forward a little bit more on there. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Now, as you lower down into your squat, you're going to let your knees kind of press out on the band for me, okay? And you're going to lower your hips. Yeah, keep your arms straight. Perfect. Now, push the floor away from you as you stand up nice and tall. Amazing. Yep. So she inhales down. Look how nice she's keeping her spine, right? So she's not leaning forward or back. She's kind of almost doing a wall sit squat. Her shoulders are staying over her hips. Go, Sue. You look awesome. And then she's pressing up. And this feels much better, Sue, than you trying to do a squat, right? Just plain. Yeah. No. It hurts her knee, right? So this is a way for your clients to work on that hip and knee strength in a fully supported position. They can do this on the Cadillac, or if you've got a tower frame, have them hold the uprights. So the tower frame, you can also do it with a ballet bar, but it's nice for them to have their arms higher, which is why I like the uprights. Okay, you're gonna do 3 more for me, dear. 3, down. Yes, and she's doing such a great job of keeping that tension on the band. And 2. Press up, use your booty, use your thighs, press your heels into that mat. And 1, and then come back up. Now I have her do a little extra balance / endurance exercise where she stays in the squat. Now you can come up to a place where you don't have pressure on your knees. Maybe come up just a little bit right there. Now see if you can tap your right toes back. Yeah, baby tap, and then you come in. Yes. Yeah, you can come up a little higher if you need to, like right there. Yeah, and then now just tap. Exactly. So now she's got her uprights, yeah, to keep this open and lifted. This leg is on fire, right? Yeah, but no pain in your knees. Exactly. So make sure you have your client come up. Don't make them sit too low in there, especially if they have bad knees. 3 and 2, go Sue. 1, yeah. Now you can come up, take a little breather. So that helps her build endurance and strength by staying in that end range, or not end range, but mid range, and then working that other leg, and then she's got the band for support. So now you come down, and I'm also always making sure she's straight, hips square. Yep, you tap and you center. Great job. And then that front knee, she's got it kind of rolling out, pressing out on the band. Yeah, your alignment looks great. Go, Sue. Keep widening your collarbones. You've got 5 more. 5, there you go. 4, yep, don't get too low. 3, 2, yeah, you can come up higher if you need to. 1, and then come all the way up. Great job. Okay, so now you can keep that on, and then I'm just gonna have you turn and face that way. We're gonna do some of your arm springs facing away from the tower, okay? And yeah, you can keep that. That's probably the distance you might wanna be at. Your arms are pretty strong though, so we'll see. So you're gonna grab those. Yep. So I'm choosing this for her now to continue working on. We did back strength on the box, so now we're going to work on chest and shoulder strength. Plus, she gets to work on full body integration from feet to head to be in the plank. So you're going to press your arms straight out, dear. Yeah, and you might have to, yeah. And then lean into the springs a little bit. Yeah, how's that? Good? Okay. So from here, I want you to do your punches. So just bend your right elbow, but don't twist. And then punch it forward, and then bend your left. You're going to alternate for me. Yeah. Now, do you want more tension, or is this good? Yeah. So walk forward a little bit. let me do this too. I don't even know if I can do that.
Here,
Yeah.
you move that forward, then I'll step back.
Okay. Let's try this. Let's see if we got enough. Okay. Yeah. Try that and see. Now press, wait, go both arms straight for me first. Yep, because then you can kind of lean in. Yes. And then see how it feels. Is that good? Okay. Great. So another thing, right? So we don't do full planks because it hurts your feet, right? She can't have her foot in the position you have to be in for a plank. But planks are really great for this front to back body connection. And so here we can work the same muscles, but in a way that doesn't hurt her body. And press. Yep. Think tall spine. I want you to get a little longer here. There you go. Push your feet down, reach the crown of your head up. You're going to do one more left punch and now hold here. Now turn your palms to face each other. Yep. Now I want you to stabilize with your core. Open your arms out to the side. Take a big inhale. Exhale, pull your arms together. Draw your navel up and back. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, press. I had her keep the band on so she can keep a little connection here, right, to the glutes. She's really in a really nice position. Most people will kind of stick their butt out here. They've got to tuck the hips forward and under a little bit to hold themselves in the plank. Yep. Inhale out. Exhale in. Reach the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Yes, look down just a little bit. There you go. Okay, 2 more. 2 and press. And then one more time. Press. Now see if you can hold here, Sue. Here's a little stability challenge. See if you can open just your right arm to the side, but don't let your body rotate. And then bring that arm back in and switch. Yep, open out to the side and center. So notice how she's using her core here to resist rotation, which is good to help strengthen those tiny stabilizers and keep her back strong. Inhale out. Yep, exhale in. Yeah, kind of wrap your shoulder blades around and back. There you go. Nice. And out, you're going to do this one more time each side. Left arm goes out. You pull it in. Yep. And then right arm goes out and you pull it in. Amazing. And now you can kind of float your body back and let your arms come down. Yeah, that was awesome. Right? Yeah, a lot of work, right? Okay, so now I want you to keep that on, but you're going to come down from there, right? So you can kind of use this thing and step down. You don't have to come all the way down because you are going to go back up, but like I just got to take this thing off. So now we talked about, right, strengthening the foot to ankle connection, which she did with footwork, but we're also going to work on her hip strength. So like I said, she likes to roll in, so we work on a lot of glute medius and hip strength. So I'm going to have you come down here on the mat. I'll actually have you go this way. And you're going to do your, this stuff, side leg series, okay? And you can come down here like this. So hand supporting head. And then we're going to keep the same band on. So yeah, you can come down, come to seated for me. Yep. And then come down. This way? Yep, exactly. Yeah, you can face the camera first. I know it's hard to maneuver with the band. It's really hard to move around with the band on for sure. Okay, there's that. Also, I'm going to get you that nice pillow that we use. For side lying anything, I highly recommend this balanced body pillow. It's a half dome pillow, and it really puts people at just the right height with their heads. Yeah, that looks amazing. Okay, now another thing. For people with scoliosis, when they are doing side lying leg series type of things, sometimes it is helpul to take the half foam roller, you guys can't see her back here, and slide it. See if you can kind of lift your waist up for me. Just a little, or maybe come up. Yeah, there you go. I'm just going to slide that in there. Yeah. Now, does that feel better or worse? Probably worse. Yeah, I think this is your side that doesn't need it. Yeah. You can come up. I just wanted to show them. So we only prop one of her sides up. Yeah, it's not this one. It's the other one. Because depending on the curve of the spine, right, you wouldn't need to prop the other side. So this side, right, she said it felt worse. So we're not doing this side. We're doing her other side. But it will help bring their spines in perfect alignment, okay? So now just bring your knees up a little bit more. That's good. Okay. First one, I want you to let the whole top leg lift up, bent. Yep, and then bring it down. Very good. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower. So she's pressing her bottom leg into the mat as she lifts the top leg up. And I'm having her do the bent knee version because I don't care so much about balance here. I care more about her getting a bigger range of motion and having good stability and length through both sides of her waist. Up and down. Okay, just do 2 more for me. 2 and 1. Now on 1, bring it back up for me and hold. Yep, you're going to do that really hard one where you're going to press back towards me. So see if you can extend actually, dear. Yes, and then bend. Good. Extend and bend. And you don't have to fully straighten. Yeah, I just want you to feel this, right? Getting those glutes. Good. So we got to keep her glutes strong and her hips strong to help with the knees and the feet. Bend, press. Yep, keep pressing that bottom leg down for 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, last thing. You're going to keep your knee bent. You're going to do little circles. Up, down, and around. Yep, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can reverse, right? Go the other way for me. Up, down, and around. Keep your bottom leg pressing down. Keep that length here through the side of the waist. 2 and 1, and you can put it down. Good job. So she was a trooper here because we typically don't use this heavy of a band, right? So you made it look really easy, but you could always lighten your tension, right? We use the heavy band for the squats. The heavier the band, the more support for the knees. For side-lying legs, you might have to change it up. Okay, so now actually, Sue, I'm going to have you turn and face me. You don't have to worry about facing the camera, only because I want to show us putting this on this side of your spine. So you're going to turn that way. Yep. And then have your head on the pillow. And then I'm going to move this. Yeah, let me slide this under here for you. Really like right about here. Yeah. Okay. Now does this feel good on this side? Okay. So you can tell, right? The client can tell which side they might need it on, but it just helps her stay a little bit more even on this side. Now, you're going to start to lift up this leg for me. Exhale up, inhale down. Yeah. The whole leg lifts. She's staying straight through here and then keeping the stability here through this hip. Especially important for her because I don't want her to be shortening her sides any more than they already are, right? Up and down. Good. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. You got 1 more, and then you get to keep it up. You're going to take that knee and kind of just press back towards me. It's like a glute press. Yep. Come back and then center. So I'm having her she's not going into full extension because that also kind of hurts her knee. So we're doing a glute press where she pushes back. She's still getting that hip extension, but it's still okay for the knee. And back for 3. You're like, how many more? And 2. Yep, people get a really good workout when we film. And then center. Now you're doing your circles, dear. Okay? Yep, up, down, and around. 5 each way. Now this side's harder, right? Up, down, and around. It's because of the way her hips are, right? This side, it's harder for you. Now you reverse. Up, down, and around. Yep. For 3. Yep. 2 and 1. Yes, yes, yes. Great job. All right, so you can press yourself up, dear. And then actually all you have to do is swing your legs around this way. Because I also want to show, okay, so we did our hip strength, we've done our arm strength. Last thing we're going to do is a little core and a little bit of balance. The other thing I want to show you guys, though, that's really helpful for her to practice is we do that sit to stand thing, right? Yeah. So a lot of times what we have to worry about strengthening is eccentric leg strength, which is the lowering part, right? Yeah, and then also it's like the coming up. So I have her use the sides of the tower frame. You could do this on the Cadillac and put their feet on a box too, if you were on there. When she comes up, she's going to use her arms, use her legs. Yep. Now when she comes down, that's where I want her to try to go slow, press the knees out into the band. Yeah, and then come down. We work around not plopping, right? And then coming down. No plopping. Because that means she's got that eccentric control through the legs. And I kind of just like spot her, right? I'm always here for you to grab my arm if you need it. And then come up. But also you want to teach your clients, right, to use the surface to push off, right? You can use your arms a little bit. to push off and then come down. And then she's doing a really good job with the band so that when she's at home getting up and down from chairs, sofas, whatever, she can think about not letting her knees go in, right? Just do 2 more. 2, lift up. Yep, slowly come down. Really good job, Sue. She's gotten so strong. And then slowly come down. Yeah, amazing. Fabulous. Now you can take your band off. And then we're just going to do a little core strength. So I got that. Yep, and then I'm going to grab the foam roller, the big one, and we're just going to do a couple curls. You're going to stay on the mat for me. And then I'm going to grab this. So we're going to put this right at your mid-back. And then you're going to kind of lay this way. So head this way, feet that way. I want this right at your bra line. And you're going to put your hands behind your head for me. Yep. So inhale, she's going to float back over the roller and get that nice stretch, right? And then on the exhale, I just want you to curl up. So a nice little upper ab curl. And then inhale, float back over. So I'm choosing this one for her because of the chest stretch that you get, right? Which is really nice. Up. Inhale, float back. And then exhale, curl, lift. Good. Just do 2 more of those. And then we'll add a little bit. And lift. And then one more time. Inhale back. She's getting that really nice chest opening. And then lift. Okay. And then now you can take this leg. You're going to reach it straight out for me. Yep. Let your body float back again over the roller. When you curl up, let this right knee come into your chest. Yes. And then reach back out. Very good. So she's curling up. She's got to use upper and lower abs here. And then this leg gets to just kind of anchor and press. Like this hip presses, this leg presses. But I'm choosing this for her because I want her to get that lengthening and opening through the front body as she does this. Yep. Just do 2 more. 2 on this side. Reach back, stretch. And 1. Then you can place that leg down. Yeah, you're going to straighten this one. Inhale back, exhale, lift. Yep. Reach out and lift. Now you can put the foot down like what you're doing, which is actually harder. Or you can hover it. Okay? Yeah, there you go. And then lift. Wait, hold on. Think body back, leg down. Body back. Yep, and then when you curl up, bring your knee in. There you go. Yeah. Sometimes people get off kilter there for a minute. You just got to get yourself back in the flow. Up and then down. Inhale, exhale, lift. Beautiful job. Down and up. 2 more times. Upper and lower abs working evenly. Yep. And 1. Yes. Now you can put that leg down. You can actually just kind of let your whole upper back stretch over there for a minute if you want. Move the roller up a little higher, dear. Then you probably will feel like your head has a little more support, like back there. Yeah, and you can kind of like reach your arms back and just stretch for a minute. Yeah, doesn't that feel great? Feels really good. So for her spine, anytime we can stretch an extension, it feels really good to her. So now you can kind of support your head. Yeah, bring yourself up from there, and we're going to take that out. And then I want you to do one last thing on here, which is your teaser. Okay, so last thing that we're doing for her core is a little teaser strength. So as I told you guys, Sue's amazing at teaser. She's always been good at it, has tons of core strength. So, and your abs are already warmed up, so we can really kind of just go right into it. Let me move this. So you're going to grab onto the bar for me. Scoot this way just a little bit. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. That's good. Right there. Yep. Grab onto that, both hands. Now, we're going to start, with your knees bent. You're going to press your arms back behind you. Also, I want to make sure you're straight. So I'm also making sure that she is not crooked. Scoot your hips a little bit to the right. Yep, that's good. Okay, so you're going to bend your elbows, bring the bar over your eyes. That's your inhale. Exhale, lift your body up, and then see if you can lift your legs up. Now, hold at the top. See if you can lift up a little more here. Good. Roll your low back down slowly, nice and slow. Then you can bend your knees, put your feet down on the ground, and keep rolling back. Scoot your body back more. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you with my nail. And then press your arms back. Yep. Now, bend the elbows. Inhale. Exhale. She's going to lift her upper legs. Yes. And then slowly bend the knees, lower the body. Yeah, reach the arms back. Yeah, amazing job. Bend in. Slowly come up, lift, 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 reach. Great job. And so see how I have her doing it from bent knee position, right? That allows her to come up and have zero pain pressure in the back, but she can still do the full version at the top. and then come down. Okay, that's enough of those. Great job, dear. You'll be feeling your abs tomorrow, right? And then you can come up. Now that we did all that, we're going to end with a little bit of extension, okay? So I'm going to put the box on, and we're going to do the version where you're just up on here, and you get to, I'm going to put the pole down. So you're going to just be on your stomach, right? You want your boobs off the box, head this way, feet that way. And then I'm going to put the bar down here for you to kind of put your hands on. So you can kind of put your hands on either side. Yeah, exactly. So she's going to press the bar into the ground. Legs are long and active. And then now I just want you to press up into your swan position. Yep. Move the bar a little closer to the box. There you go. Because then you can really, yeah, exactly. And then lower down. Yeah, let your head almost look into the box. And then now slowly press the bar into the mat as you lift from your mid-back. Now just look down just a little bit so your head follows your spine. That's perfect. And then coming down. So Sue, actually, again, some people say that people with scoliosis should not do extension. I don't think that that's true. Because actually when she does extension, it feels good to you. It feels really good on her spine. And that's helping her maintain mobility through her back so she can move through her daily life, right? Down, we really only eliminate movements if they cause pain. And she's good here. Up and lift, widen those collarbones. Yep. And then come down. And she's reaching her legs long and away. Sometimes I might put a band here to keep her connection to her glutes, but we're just not doing that today. And then back up. Do 2 more for me. 2, down, and then slowly lift. Yep. And then 1 more time. Down and slowly lift. Yes. And then what you can do is hand me that. And then you can press yourself off of there and then come to like a shell stretch position, right? So you can come up, you can, here, let's do it. Let's do it not on the box. Or you can do a standing one. Do this, kind of stand and put your hands on top of the box and then let your hips sit back a little bit and then just do that standing shell stretch that way. So I'm making sure she keeps length here through the low back and then she's not gonna lift up on the box, right? So she doesn't go flying backwards. We don't want that. And then now you can walk your hands towards you. And then let's just show, we don't have to do all the exercises, but we'll show them a little bit what we do for balance at the wall. So you can come over here. I'm going to have you come inside. You can go this way if you want. There's probably less stuff than if you go that way. Now again, when we do our balance exercises, I have the naboso mat and I'm putting it on the floor under the feet. So she has something to help with proprioception. And then you're going to turn, unfortunately you won't be able to face the camera, but that's okay. For the sake of time, you're going to turn and face the wall for me, okay? So you always want to make sure your client has something to help them stay steady. I did not do the balance exercises with her up on here because it's way too unstable because she's up on a high surface. They need to be on the ground when they're doing these. So you're going to have your hands on the wall, and then you're just going to lift up your left knee. Yep. So I have her do this, and then what we do is we kind of do a little hold, right? And then you can also now try holding and closing your eyes. Harder, right? Then we have her hold this for a couple seconds, and then I might say, now try to take off your right hand. So I have her take off the opposite hand of the leg that's up. And now she's standing there, she's got her eyes closed. A lot of work, right? A lot of work, right? It may not seem like much, but there's a lot going on. And I cue her to keep that right leg pressing down into the mat as she stays tall and finds length through both sides. You're doing amazing though. Balance looks great. Now you can bring your right hand back to the wall and place that left foot down. Yeah. And then now we switch sides. So balance exercises don't have to be complicated. The simpler the better because they're actually much more challenging than they look. So now she's got her left leg down. She's going to lift her right leg up. I'm making sure she's not hyperextended in that left leg. She's got a baby bend, or just not locked out, not necessarily bent. Now she holds, she finds her center of gravity, right? You want to let people do that. And then, yep, now your eyes are already closed, great. So now she takes off the opposite hand of the knee that's lifted. So she's got contralateral balance happening. She can use this hand to help her. And she's just holding, right? Just holding, maintaining the balance, not falling over, right? And then slowly, carefully, you can bring that left hand back. You're going to put your right foot down. Yes. Okay, and then the other thing that we do sometimes, we really never take both hands off, right? Because it's crazy. You could try taking both hands off if you have your eyes open. You want to try it? Yeah. Okay. So left knee comes up. You always want to progress people gradually, right? So now we're going to keep her eyes open so she has that sense to rely on. Now take your right hand off first. Yep. Now can you float your left hand off? Doesn't have to be a lot. Yeah, just a little. That's good. That's good. Catch yourself. That's why you got to use the wall, right? Doesn't matter even if it's a small amount of time that you do it. Now you can change. So you've got your left foot, your right foot. Now take your left hand off first. Yep. Just hold. Now maybe see if you can float your right hand off. Always spot your person. Yep. Oh, that side was a little easier. That was easier, right? But that's your right side.
Right. That's because that's not my weak side.
Right, for your legs.
Right.
Yes. Yep. So, yeah. So that's really what we do. And then sometimes we're hands-on, right? And I'll have you do this, right, where you do those toe taps.
Right.
So I'll have her do toe taps to the back, to the side, and to the front while she's got to still kind of stand.
With one hand.
Yes. And then we can take a hand off. So those are some balance exercises you can incorporate with your clients. So anyways, that concludes our session today.
Wow, thank you so much. Wonderful
Thank
session
you.
again.
Thank you. And I hope you guys got some great ideas for modifying with people. And I will see you next time.